Hello and welcome to another Betfred Sports video right here in the Quest Media Network studio. Now, of course, there's only one place to start today, and that's in the Premier League because there was a weekend of drama. So, on Sunday, it ended West Ham 2, Manchester City 2. Riyad Mahrez missing that penalty in the dying embers of the game. Peter, that could prove very costly for City.
Well, it could, but I mean, City are hugely in the driving seat because the 1 point made a difference, and also the goal difference is looking quite healthy from City's point of view. The beauty of this league and this season is that it's going to the last match. Yep. City are playing against Aston Villa at the Etihad, and Liverpool are playing against Wolves on the last day. So it's high drama on the last day. City have got the 1 point lead. Betfred have City 1-10 to win the league. I think that's highly likely. It was an entertaining game against West Ham. It's clearly going to be one of the toughest games in the running, and so that proved to be the case. Liverpool were busy winning the FA Cup. That might take a little bit of steam out of their energies to try and win the Premier League, and also they've got the Champions League finals to think about.
And of course Salah picked up an injury as well.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Liverpool are 6-1 now for the title, so we clearly think it's going to be City. They've been odds on virtually all season, and they're now 1-10 with Betfred to go on and win it as they deserve.
Absolutely. Well, as Peter just said then, Liverpool are now priced with Betfred at 6-1 to win the title. But Jurgen Klopp's side, it might be out of touching distance. It's still a realistic possibility. Could they secure the quadruple? Only time will tell. But there's an entertaining clash tonight with lots on the line. We've got Newcastle United taking on Arsenal. Peter, Arsenal looking to secure a top four finish, and especially after Tottenham beat Burnley at the weekend.
Yeah, Arteta's getting a reputation now for being a complete and utter moaner. He's having a go at the referee virtually every time now. He's blaming. He's a natural fall guy. I mean, why not blame the referee? There's going to be no comeback, although there should be. So they struggled against Tottenham, as you say, and quite frankly, it could be a tough one for them at Newcastle tonight. Newcastle are, however, 18-5 to get the 3 point. Arsenal odds on 4-5. They probably will come back, at least get a draw. For the top four now, we do have Spurs in the driving seat. Betfred have Spurs at 8-11 to get a top four finish, and Arsenal are evens. Again, this is going to go to the wire, making a fantastic end of season Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. So just looking at Tuesday's Premier League clash, we've got Southampton taking on Liverpool. The odds for that look like this. Southampton are 7-1 to win the game. The draw's priced at 9-2, and Liverpool to pick up the 3 points. That being priced at 2-5. And also in the Championship this evening, it's the playoff semi-final second leg. Huddersfield Town against Luton Town. The first leg ended 1-1, so there's lots to play for in that game. The current odds look like this. Huddersfield are priced at 5-4. The draw's 11-5, and for Luton to secure their place in the final, that is 13-5. Well, we'll move to the bottom end of the Premier League now. There was a lot of big results at the weekend. Leeds United securing a last-gasp draw against Brighton and Hove Albion. But Peter, look at Everton. They looked like they were going to survive, didn't they? If they picked up the 3 points yesterday, they would have been safe. However, they lost 3-2 to Brentford and were reduced to 9 men.
Yeah. Well, Everton are struggling, but they've probably just done enough. Betfred have Leeds, the favourites now to be relegated alongside Watford and Norwich. They're 8-11. Burnley 6-4. Everton 15-2.
Arguably one of the best endings to a Premier League season in a long time. But looking at the National League, we now know that Stockport County are the 2022 champions. They beat Halifax Town 2-0 at Edgeley Park yesterday in front of 10,000 people. Peter, it's been a long time coming. County have been out of the Football League for 11 years. That's now ended. Time to move on.
Yeah, well, it wasn't so long ago, like 20 years ago, that County did the double over Manchester City.
Yep.
They are an excellent setup there. They've got a great fan base, decent ground, and now they've got a rich owner who's pumping a lot of money in. As for the odds for next season, well, Betfred is struggling in terms of offering the prices exactly as yet, because we've got to determine whether Wrexham for instance, get promoted alongside Stockport. So it's not been determined yet. But we do know that Stockport are going to be amongst the favourites. So the traders are saying it'll be either 7 or 8 to 1 for Stockport to go and do it again and make it 2 promotions on the run, because they've certainly got the money. They've been full time for many years now, and they've got their act together and have just. They can't say they've gone charging over the line. They've more or less dribbled over the line. But they've got over the line.
Yeah, they certainly have, and that is what matters. So Stockport will be amongst the favourites to secure promotion from League 2 to League 1 next season. Anyway, looking at the playoff contenders now for the National League, we've got Wrexham, Solihull Moors, Halifax Town, Notts County, Grimsby Town and Chesterfield. So a lot of big clubs there vying to return to the Football League. Well, we're going to move into the Europa League final now, because it's going to be Rangers taking on Frankfurt. Peter, what are the odds looking like for this one?
Well, in Seville on Wednesday, we've got Frankfurt favourites 5 to 4, Rangers 19 to 10 and the draw 23 to 10. I do hope that Rangers win this game, basically because I think Scotland on the international European stage do need a shot in the arm, and it'd be fantastic to see Rangers get back into winning.
Well, we're going to move into some Super League news now, because round 11 took place at the weekend. Peter, St Helens were looking to preserve their lead at the top of the table. What's it looking like now?
Well, Saints did go 2 points clear, so they're clear at the top now, ahead of Catalans. Catalans beat Warrington. Warrington's still struggling. So we've now got Saints evens to go on and win the grand final at Old Trafford. Catalans in second position now. They're 10 to 3. Wigan, they lost surprisingly against Huddersfield, who are the Betfred Challenge Cup finalists. So it's a rehearsal for that game. Wigan are now 9 to 2. Warrington, well, they're still in there, 16 to 1 for grand final glory. Can't see that the way they're performing at the moment. And next up on Thursday, they play St Helens, so they're going to be probably beaten in that game. Then we've got Salford, who beat Leeds Rhinos, 2 fellow strugglers there. They're now 100 to 1, so they've been cutting slightly to go on and win the grand final. But it is looking very, very much like it'll be St Helens year again. That'll be 4 years on the bounce that they've tasted glory in the grand final.
Yeah, absolutely. St Helens are right on track to deliver success for a 4th consecutive season. Well, we're moving to the BBC Sports Personality of the Year now, because Ronnie O'Sullivan's leading the pack, the 7-time world champion. He's favourite with Betfred to win this event. Peter, what are the other contenders looking like?
Well, as you say, Ronnie O'Sullivan 7 to 2 favourite. He won the Betfred World Championship at Sheffield only last month. Tyson Fury's second favourite. That's controversial in itself, because he doesn't normally cooperate with the BBC. He's 8 to 1. There could be a vote of all the rebels there to get him in there. But what is interesting is the 2 footballers, Harry Kane at 12 to 1 and Raheem Sterling at 20 to 1. That's because it's the World Cup year, of course, and if they put up a decent show in that, those odds will be cut quite dramatically. If they win it, well, it'll all be dominated by footballers. But even a semi-final slot will put them right up there. Harry Kane in great form at the end of the season as well for Tottenham. So he's the best bet amongst the footballers, which is, and football being the national sport, always puts footballers in and amongst it. These 12 to 1 with Betfred, with Raheem Sterling 20 to 1.
Excellent stuff. Well, there you have it, the latest on the BBC Sports Personality of the Year. So just to recap, we've got some football fixtures taking place this week. In the Premier League this evening, we've got Newcastle United taking on Arsenal. The Gunners looking to secure their place in the top 4 for next season. On Tuesday night, Liverpool make the journey to Southampton. Of course, Liverpool will want to reduce City's lead at the top of the table. They're looking for the quadruple. But in the Championship this evening, in the semi-final second leg, we've got Huddersfield Town taking on Luton Town. The aggregate score for that one is currently 1-1. And if you do fancy a punt on any of those fixtures, Betfred stores are now open, but you can also bet online via their app.